please hit that subscribe button. Hey everybody, better suited to win the Stanley Cup this season. If you are new to the channel, the Washington Capitals, the Boston Bruins.
Watch out, and he scored! And we're live.
And we're live. What's going on, everybody? We have a hangout stream, just real chill, just hanging out and chatting tonight. Gonna be a lot of fun, hopefully. There's obviously nothing really going on yet. No big particular plans or anything for tonight's stream. It's just gonna be a hangout and chat with all of you. So appreciate those of you that come and stop by. Remember to hit that like button if you haven't already, and to please subscribe to the channel if you are new. Both of those things obviously really important. But yeah, we're just gonna hang out tonight and chill, and hopefully have some fun and be able to talk about some different stuff and just kind of have a good time and get our minds off things for a little bit here. Let me put it out on the Discord, which I did. So we are good to go. So just kind of chilling here tonight. Hopefully it's going to be a fun time. Vaughn's here. What's going on, Vaughn? Welcome to the stream, man. Thanks so much. Appreciate you guys stopping in. Please remember to hit those like buttons. Hit that like button, guys, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're new, both of those things would be really awesome. Let's see, we've got DMV's here, Brandon's here, JJ's here, Vaughn we just said hi to. What's going on, everybody? Thank you guys all so much. This should be a good stream. THG's here, let's go. Brian's here. Well, NASCAR's coming back May 17th. They announced it today. NASCAR will be the first sport back. Maddie's here. What's going on, man? Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. NASCAR will be the first sport back. We know that golf was coming back June 8th. What's up, Willow? Man, welcome, man. Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Yeah, sports are starting to come back, guys. The NHL is talking a lot about hub cities, and they said that if things continue, in the direction that they're going, that by mid to late May, they're going to have teams back in their team facilities and working out and practicing and stuff like that. So we're going to get sports back by this summer. Some will be back sooner rather than later. I think outdoor sports are going to be able to come back earlier than things like hockey and basketball that are played strictly inside. I think baseball is probably next on the list. We've got a date for NASCAR. They're coming back May 17th. Golf has said June 8th that weekend. They're coming back. So obviously, I think baseball would probably be the next most likely to come back. That will probably be either towards the end of June or at the beginning of July. And then after that, I think, again, it's probably going to be July when you see basketball or hockey come back. Hey, appreciate that, Maddie. Really appreciate that, man. Hope you enjoyed it. I got another big one in the works, but I don't want to give away too much. Well, I'm not sure why the audio would sound weird. I don't think I changed any of my settings or anything. So yeah, I'm not sure why that would be weird. Got the Pink Whitney flowing tonight. Also got a couple beers for when this is gone. So hopefully some more people come and this ends up being a really good one. 80-game Major League Baseball season. Trying to think, if they started in July, you would have July, August, September. Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. That sounds about right. Well, maybe it's just Brandon's computer then or something. I'm not sure. Maddie says it sounds the same. Yeah, I didn't change any settings or anything, so it should sound the same. Yeah, Brian, if baseball comes back at the beginning of July and they want to, stay on a somewhat normal time frame, then yeah, I think an 80-game season probably sounds the most likely for that, because they'll play, say around 25 games a month. They don't get a lot of off days in baseball. You'd have 3 months. You'd have July, August, September, and then you'd have playoffs starting in October. So 80 games does seem like a definite possibility for Major League Baseball this year. That's about half of a normal season. But again, they missed April, May, and June. They missed 3 months. Now, they come back in July. They still have July, August, September to play about half the season. So that makes sense to me. I could see that happening. Thank you, THG. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, that was fun to do. I think I'm going to be on his channel again. Sometime next week, I think we're going to set up one where I talk about the Colorado Avalanche. So I think I'm going to be doing another one of those about half-hour sit-down talks with him about different teams. We did the Canadiens this yesterday. And next one where I think he wants me to do the Avalanche, which they're one of my favorite teams, so I'm down for that 100%. Obviously, Vaughn, we know Kyle Larson's no longer on a NASCAR team. I'm not even going to go into that. Thoughts about the Canes? JJ, I just did a video on the Canes today. That was my video for today, was Carolina. I mean, I think I pretty much said everything about them that I wanted to say in that video. I mean, they're loaded on the back end. They've got a lot of young talent up front. The thing with Carolina is just goaltending. It all comes down to goaltending with Carolina. I think that's pretty much what I said today in that video that I recorded a couple days ago or whatever. But today, 100%. I think Carolina's in a very, very good spot. A very, very good spot. And, it's about finding that long-term answer in goal. Because Peter Mrazek's a good goalie. He's not a great goalie. He's not an elite-level starter, at least not consistently. James Reimer's pretty much a career backup. They don't have that franchise-level elite goaltender. That's really all they're missing. If they can get that, then they launched themselves right up to Stanley Cup contender. Am I going to do another live reaction vid? Well, what stream would you want me to react to, DMV? Because, I would try that again for sure. I know we had some issues with the video lagging and stuff, and there's not really much I can do about that. But I would do that again, but nothing, I don't think any stream is going to top that Stadium Series stream. So I need ideas. If I'm going to react to stuff, guys, you guys need to tell me, tell me what old streams you would want to see, or, what old videos you would want to see, stuff like that. And then I will do more reaction stuff if you guys send me stuff to react to. What's going on, Danny? I know you wrote that in the chat like 5 minutes ago, and I haven't even acknowledged you yet. But Danny's here, guys. Thank you so much, man, for being here. Appreciate it. Should the Devils bring back the red and green? Yeah, I love the Devils with the green mixed in there. Love those jerseys. What's going on, Kenneth? Brian, I would assume so. I would absolutely think so. I mean, all these other sports are coming back. Why would football push themselves back on their own? I don't think that would make any sense. All these sports are going to be back before they even start. So, yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't start on time. No, I don't think he's been on streams, really, but he comments on a lot. He watches and comments on a lot of videos, THG. Alright, guys, I really don't want to talk about coronavirus all night. I'm really sick of everything. I don't even watch the news anymore. I'm really sick of hearing everything. I don't know when things are coming back. I don't work for the leagues. I have no idea. I'm assuming, I have the same access to information that you guys have. I can make assumptions based off of that information. I can go off what insiders are saying on Twitter. I can tell you what leagues have put dates on when they're coming back, and right now that's only NASCAR and golf. NASCAR is coming back May 17th. Golf is coming back the weekend, or June 8th, or that weekend, whatever. I don't know the official on that, but I'm not talking about this coronavirus all night. We can go to other topics. I'm really tired of talking about it, because nobody knows for sure until it's officially announced. And I am not an insider. I am not an expert. I have no idea. I'm just going off of Twitter. basically I'm just going off of what I see people saying on Twitter. What's going on, Transportation Land? Thanks for stopping in, man. Really appreciate it. Channel OG right here. What's in a man's pants that is not in a woman's pants? Oh, Brandon's got the riddles tonight. There we go. Maybe Crunch Bros will come by later. Brandon's got the riddles, though, tonight. It's usually Crunch Bros dropping the riddles. Yes, THG. Yeah, Sorokin looks really, really good, man. That is a high-level prospect, goaltending prospect for the Islanders. Sorokin looks awesome. And, yeah, if he signs with the Islanders, I think he's going to have a chance to, come right in and be an impact goalie at the NHL level. I mean, he looks really, really good. So we'll see, but I think, that'd be a huge pickup for the Islanders for sure if they can get him to sign. Capitals versus Hurricanes Game 2. Did I stream that game? I don't even remember if I streamed that game or not. A man, THG says. Do the Vancouver versus... Dude, I was so mad during that stream, Vaughn. I was so mad during that stream. Hey, Connor, what's going on? No bots yet. No spam accounts yet, Connor. We're good. Thanks for being here, though. Appreciate it. What happened during trivia? Basically, all those spam accounts, those joke accounts like me, the Bond Duncan account, a fake Amanda account, completely ruined trivia. Just like spamming answers and just getting in the way of other people trying to actually play the game. And I got really mad and just quit trivia. So we did finish that trivia for that night, but I was really, really pissed off that night. And that started the whole thing about them getting banned. And yeah, I'm not even going to go there. I'm taking a break from trivia for now. Uh-oh, Snapchat. Oh, it's from Derek. Why isn't Derek here? He's Snapchatting me streaks, but he's not here. He's probably playing GTA or something. TTC's here. What's going on, man? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. That's awesome. Firestrike as well. Firestrike popping in the chat. Let's go, guys. Remember to hit that like button, guys. Those likes really help out a lot in getting more people in here. And then, obviously, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Really, really appreciate that. Love getting new people become a part of this. But, yeah, you guys are awesome. Thanks for all being here. This is great. I mean, there's no real special anything tonight. It's just a hangout stream. We're just chilling and talking. But, yeah, it's awesome to have you all here. Very, very much appreciated, of course. Yeah, Kenneth is right. You got to beat the bots for sure. Yeah, no. If they're gonna, no, I don't care if they're fan accounts or not. If you're gonna ruin streams, then you're banned. I'm not opening that back up. They completely ruined that stream. Hey, Vernon's here. What's going on, Vernon? Ace as well. Welcome, Ace. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are awesome. Yeah, guys, Transportation Land has been here. He's just under a different account. Gaming Sports Fan is also Transportation Land, but Transportation Land is the OG account that he used to watch this channel. But yeah, Gaming Sports Fan and Transportation Land are the same person. Vernon's here, man. Thank you so much, as always. Yeah, Vernon. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of video games recently. It's not like there's much else to do. Going on a lot of bike rides and playing a lot of video games. TV sucks. There is nothing good on TV for the most part. So I've been going outside when it's nice out, and I've been playing a lot of video games, obviously, over the past few weeks. Cheap jerseys, but not from China. I don't know, Maddie. I'm not sure. No, I don't. I mean, I know where you can get expensive jerseys, but not cheap ones. Yeah, it is a deal, TTC, for sure. I mean, it's great to have everyone here. Really, really appreciate it. So, let's see. We're off to a pretty good start here with this stream. Yeah, I've been fishing quite a few times, Maddie. Haven't really caught much, which kind of sucks. I have not caught a lot. The only fish I've caught this year was that one pickerel that I put on Instagram. So if you have me on Instagram, you saw it. But yeah, I've been quite a bit, but I haven't been catching much. Hopefully, as the weather gets warmer and it starts to warm up, then I do think the fishing will get better as it warms up for sure. Yeah, TV really sucks now, Ace, for sure. No, Vaughn, that's not true. Nigel Dawes is not returning to his current team. Yeah, it rained today here too, Vernon. A lot of rain today, which definitely sucked. No, I don't. I know. I catch and release fish. Yup, NASCAR's back May 17th, and that's been officially announced today. NASCAR is starting back up May 17th, and they're gonna run Charlotte and Darlington, which obviously are very pretty close to each other. Charlotte to North Carolina, Darlington to South Carolina, and then I think by the end of May they're gonna go obviously start moving around a little bit more again and be able to get the season back underway. So. That's the best sports news. I mean, as far as sports coming back, that's the best sports news we've had in a month. So, actually over a month at this point, probably about 6 weeks. That's the best sports news we've had. So, NASCAR is going to be the first sport back. Golf is coming back at the beginning of June, which they actually announced a few weeks ago. But obviously, it's not the beginning of June yet, so we haven't really heard much more about that. But I believe, I think it was June 8th, the PGA Tour said that they were coming back. So we got 2 sports coming back, at least dated coming back. And again, I think we're going to see, baseball, I think, is going to be the next one to put a date on when they're coming back. Another outdoor sport, obviously without any fans, but they're going to put a date on it. And the NHL has said that mid to late May, they're going to, as long as things continue going the way that they are, they're going to be opening up team facilities, and then I think you're going to have they're going to take the month of June to kind of get back underway and get things up and going again, and then in July, again, I've said July, pretty much from the start, they're going to, finish out the season probably, and then we'll have NHL playoffs over the summer. You're playing against much worse competition in the KHL. I mean, playing in the NHL and playing in the KHL, it's totally different. Like the NHL is by far the best league in the world. So Nigel Dawes wasn't a bad NHLer. He had some good seasons with the Rangers, particularly. But you go to Europe, and if you're not playing in the best league, so you're playing against weaker competition. So he's obviously been much better in the KHL than in the NHL, and maybe the European style of game suits him better. They do play a pretty different style over in Europe than they do in the U.S. So in North America, U.S. and Canada. What's up, Jack, man? Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, not as much. Obviously, that's you have the NASCAR Top Series, the Cup Series, and then you have Xfinity as one notch below. I don't watch Xfinity as much, but I mean, if that's going to be what's on, then definitely I'm going to be watching it. And obviously, I watch NASCAR's Top Series all the time. So I can't wait for that to be back. Yeah, baseball in Asia is back. Taiwan, South Korea, they're all playing baseball. So I don't think it's going to be long before MLB comes back. Probably June. And then they'll at least have like spring training. Well, spring training. They'll get back into with their teams and stuff in June. And then they'll start in July or maybe the end of June. I don't know. Brandon, I've seen that last riddle. I don't know the answer. What's going on, Jack Ocelot? Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a possibility, Ace, if they take a 2 to 3 week time to kind of have a training camp for the NHL starting at the beginning of June, and then maybe they finish out the regular season at the end of June and then start playoffs in July. I mean, that's very much a possibility. Let's see. No, there's definitely a talent drop-off, THG, from the NHL to the KHL. There is quite a talent drop-off there. Thoughts on what the Rangers do with Elias Anderson? I think trading him is probably their best bet at this point. But honestly, Julian, the Rangers don't need Anderson. They are so stacked for the future. They don't really need Anderson, and he hasn't produced at a high level in the NHL yet. So I would try and trade him if I were them, maybe get a draft pick for him. But they don't even need him. I mean, that team is set for the future with what they've already got playing there. Yeah, Jack, Dennis Seidenberg was awesome. He was awesome for quite a while in the NHL, particularly the years he played next to Chara. The years he played next to Chara, he was fantastic. I was a huge Dennis Seidenberg fan. Obviously, as he got older, he dropped off, but everybody does that. Hey, what's going on, Eddie? Welcome to the stream, man. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it, as always, man. Yeah, no, they're not going to start any later than July, Ace. That just wouldn't make sense. If they got to push to the point where they had to start later than July, they would just cancel the rest of the season and just hope that they could start next year on time in October. But I don't see them being pushed later than July. At this point, there's no reason for them to be. I mean, things are starting to open back up, and they're gonna, we've already got other sports leagues coming back. I mean, there's no reason for that. Brandon wants to know what team he should be a GM of in NHL 19. I always like doing rebuilds. So, Brandon, I love doing rebuilds in GM mode. So, you should take like a lousy team, like one of the worst teams in the league. Just pick one of the bottom teams and just rebuild. And those are really fun to do. Who did I like? Boychuk or Seidenberg? I loved them both. I mean, if I had to pick one, I would probably say Boychuk. I loved Johnny Boychuk. Absolutely loved Johnny Boychuk. But I loved both of them, Seidenberg and Boychuk. I was big fans of both of those guys. They were awesome when they were both on the Bruins. Where'd my drink go? There it is. Jesus. Losing my drink already. But, wow, we've already been going for almost half an hour? Jesus. Jack, no. What are you doing, dude? No. Oh, of course, Jack. Or other Jack, not the one I was just telling no, who retracted his statement. Jack L. Yeah, dude, I love Johnny Boychuk. I still love Boychuk. I wish he was still on the Bruins. I'm a huge Boychuk guy. He was awesome with Boston. Hey, that's a good one, Brandon. The Devils, that's a good one for sure. See if you can do better than they have in real life for sure. Yup, Tomas Kaberle was on the Stanley Cup team in 2011. Yes, he was. We picked him up at the trade deadline. and he got a Stanley Cup out of it, so that was pretty good for him, obviously, coming out of Toronto. Kenneth misses when Soupy was a Bruin. Yeah, I mean, he was awesome. Loved Gregory Campbell. He was awesome. What a great fourth-line center for, I mean, tough, grinder, chippy. I loved Gregory Campbell. Hey, Sal's here. What's going on, Sal? Welcome to the stream, man. Thank you so much for being here. He's got a great basketball channel, guys. Behind the Arc Basketball. That's my good buddy, Sal. Thanks for being here, man. It's awesome to have you, as always. Remember to drop those likes, guys. Those thumbs up help a lot. And subscribe to the channel if you are new and happen to be watching. We'd love to have you become part of the off-the-wall hockey community here. It'd be great to have you, of course. So we're just kind of hanging out. We're just kind of hanging out tonight, just talking, so... Yep, Jack, I agree. Andrew Ferentz was really good too. I mean, I loved those. All those guys on that Cup team and that were on that team before, and some of them, I mean, stayed a few years after. I loved those guys. They were awesome. Huge fans of that team and all the guys that were on it for the most part. Do I like Vakanainen? Nope. Soft European offensive defenseman that's not really that good. I'm not a Urho Vakanainen. I am not a Vakanainen fan, not really, no. I like Jeremy Lauzon a lot better. I'm glad he got the call up to Boston. No, the NHL is going to have a full season next year, Vaughn. Or at least, they'll play at least 60 games. It's not going to be less than 60 games. I don't know where you're getting a 48. First of all, that no credible source has said that. There's been no talk of a 48-game season, Vaughn, so I don't know where you're getting that from. You're probably just making it up. And no, the NHL is probably going to play a full season next year. If anything, they might cut it down to like 60 games, but they're playing at least 60 games next season. Yeah, the Merlot line was great. Loved it. Yeah, Sal. I mean, obviously massive that NASCAR is coming back. They're the first, they're the first ones coming back. That's huge. That's going to set the precedent for the other leagues to start coming back too. That's going to be huge. Hopefully yours don't get invaded by spammers and trolls, Sal. But yeah, good luck with your trivia. TTC, I'm not even going to answer that question. You already know the answer to that. I love Torrey Krug. Torrey Krug is a skilled defenseman. I love Torrey Krug. I don't like soft players because soft players are useless. And they crumble in the playoffs when you start playing big boy hockey. I mean, look at the Toronto Maple Leafs can't win a playoff series because they're soft. If you can't be soft. Torrey Krug is a very skilled player, but he's not soft, and that's why he can perform in the playoffs. And he's a great defenseman. I mean, Torrey Krug's probably my favorite defenseman on the Bruins. Like, it's not about them being skilled or not; it's about them being soft. And soft hockey does not win, and it never has won, and it will never win. Because come playoff time, it's time to nut up. And you're going to get your head bashed every time you touch the puck, and everybody finishes every check, and you're going to get traded, you're going to get slammed through the glass every time. And some guys can handle that and some guys can't. I don't see Urho Vakanainen being a guy that handles that. That's why Toronto loses every year, because they get out muscled every year. That's why Boston lost in the finals. Boston got physically pushed and abused by St. Louis in the finals last year. St. Louis was the more physical team, and they won. When Washington won, Washington was the most physical team every series that they played in 2018 when they won the Cup. And I mean, they built that team with guys like they have guys like Tom Wilson, and they had Brooks Orpik on the back end, and those guys are bashers come playoff time, and that's why teams like that win. That's how you win in the playoffs. That is how you win. See it every year. Forsbacka Carlson's garbage. He absolute garbage. Toronto's not winning a playoff series until they fix their defense. Their defense is gross. Joel Ward was on the Sharks by the time the Caps won the Cup. I'm pretty sure, was not on that Cup-winning team. I'm pretty sure Joel Ward was not on that Cup-winning Capitals team. He was on the Sharks by then. Let me double check. 27 roster. I don't think Joel Ward was on that team. No, he was on the Sharks by that point. He was not on that team. Their depth guys were like Jay Beagle, one of the best depth guys in the league in Jay Beagle. Travis Boyd. Alex Chiasson was on that team. Let's see. He didn't play that much. Grajovic didn't play that much. Who else? Liam O'Brien spent most of it. He didn't play much either. He was in the minors. Still is. Same with Palooza. Devontae Smith-Pelly, another guy who was not soft. Nathan Walker. Tom Wilson, obviously the toughest guy. It's how you win in the playoffs. Frederick hasn't played many NHL games. Fredericks has not played a lot of NHL games, and I mean he's not offensively there yet. I mean he's going to be a third line center to begin with. He's a third liner. That's what he's going. Or he's going to be a third liner in the NHL. I mean, which I mean is vitally important. I see that's one thing. People talk about bottom six players like it's a bad thing that they're a bottom six player. Like, don't you understand that to win in the NHL, you need to have good depth players? Like, your third line needs to be good to win in the NHL. Your fourth line needs to be good to win in the NHL. So, like, Trent Frederick, if you have a good... Look at Nick Bonino. If you have a good third line center, like, that is crucial to a team's success in the postseason. So, like, Frederick, I mean, he's not really... I have no idea about his... I don't look at face-offs that closely. I have no idea if he wins face-offs or not. But he's going to be a third-line center, but he's going to be, I think, a really good third-line center. He's a big body. He is not afraid to throw it around, and he obviously fights quite a bit, which is awesome. Makes me love him even more. He fights quite a bit in the AHL, and I'm sure we've already seen when he comes up to the NHL and he beat the wheels off of Brandon Tanev last year. He's going to be a really good third line center, I think. He'll probably start on the fourth line when he first gets, when he first makes that jump to the NHL. He'll probably start on the fourth line, but I think in his heyday, he'll be a really good third-line center. I'd take having Kadri over a soft team every single time. I'd much rather have Kadri than have a soft team. Yeah, no, Frederick's very physical, THG. He's got quite a few penalty minutes in the AHL. He racks them up. He fights quite a bit. I think he had like 5 or 6 fights this year. He's one tough kid for sure. Hey, what's going on, Leafs Forever? Welcome, man. Appreciate you being here. Hey, Bruins fan here as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Great to have everyone here as always. Thank you guys so much for being here. Yes, Vaughn, I know. I listen. I know all the news, man. I know. Matt Kenseth is coming back to drive the 42 car. I know. No, THG, that's exactly what kind of player he is. He's a big power forward. Jack Studnicka is Boston's best prospect. Just Studnicka, without a doubt, is the Boston's best prospect. He is gonna be something else. I mean, talk about top 6 center. He is gonna be something else. Damn it. Yeah, I'm with you, Vaughn. I don't like watching old games. Like, I literally, like, if I know how the game ends up or I know what happens, I do not like watching old games. It's really, really boring to me to watch a game that's already happened. So, I know, like, Nesson showed a whole bunch of old Bruins games. What else? NBC is showing old games. Like, I don't watch old games very often. It's boring to me. I mean, if Cornhole was live and actually happening right now, then yeah, I'd watch that too. I'd watch pretty much any competition at this point. I would watch for sure. I just can't sit through a whole old game that's already happened. I can't. Like, I love watching highlights of old games, but sitting through a whole game. A hockey game's like 2 hours long, 2.5 hours long. I guess if you take out commercials and intermission, it's not as long. But I can't sit through watching a whole game if I know what's already happened. I'll gladly watch the highlights. I've been watching tons of old highlights and old, like, fight compilations or game-winning goal compilation, all stuff like that. I'll gladly watch any of that. But sitting through a whole game, like, when I already know what happens, I just can't do it. I need, like, real live sports happening. Jack hates Steve Downey. Steve Downey was very good at his job. He was out there to be one of the most hated, he was out there to be hated, and he was so good at it. So many of those guys throughout the history of the NHL, there's been a lot of them, whether it was Matt Barnaby, Claude Lemieux. Claude Lemieux was, better offensively. He could actually play. Barnaby was more of the fighter type, but just his one job was to piss you off and get under your skin. Going way back, you had Kenny Linsman, the original Rat. They were so good at it. Sean Avery, they're so good at it. And Steve Downey's another one who knew exactly what his job was and was very, very good at it. And, he had some good seasons, particularly at Tampa Bay. He could play, too. And he had a really good year. His last year, that 1 year in Pittsburgh. No, he didn't finish. Was that his last season? That year in Pittsburgh that he had was really, really good. He led the league in penalty minutes, and he also he had a good offensive season that year as well. Steve Downey was very, very good at his job, and then he played that style very, very well. Yeah, Kenny Linsman was the original Rat. Yep. He knew, he was, talk about someone who got under your yeah, exactly. If you don't like the way Steve Downey plays, then deal with him. Knock him out. KO him at center ice, and then you won't injure your players anymore. That's a pretty simple answer. Steve Downey would not have played the way he did if Bob Probert was beating the wheels off him every night. Welcome to hockey. That's the way hockey's played. You don't like it? Fight them. Big boy sport. Hockey's a big boy sport. Nah, I'm with TTC. I can't stand Jack Edwards. He is by far the most homer announcer I have ever heard. Yeah, I don't like Jack Edwards at all. Yeah, no, Ace, hockey's been wimped down so much over the last decade. I mean, really the last 20 years, it's wimped down so much, but it's the way it is. I mean, they're tougher than any other athlete. I think hockey players are the toughest players without a doubt. Having played it, you know, it's definitely. I think football takes the biggest toll on your body because of the repeated, like, every play. Football hurt more than playing hockey, but I think the toughest athletes are without a doubt hockey. I mean, the stuff that hockey players play through, you know, Chara playing through a broken jaw in the finals, the injuries that Patrice Bergeron has played through in his career, and he's not even, like, Bergeron's, like, I mean, he's not like a tough, he's not an enforcer, he's not a fighter, he's not a tough guy, but he's a very tough guy. And, you know, he's played through massive injuries. And, I mean, hockey has the toughest athletes without a doubt. Without a doubt. But football, of all the sports I've played, football is the most physically painful. Without a doubt. Because you get hit way more in football than you do in hockey. Hockey, you get hit a few times a game. You can, you know, generally avoid hits the best that you can. But hockey, or football, I mean, it's every play. Just bang, 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 bang. It hurts a lot more. But still, hockey is definitely the toughest athletes for sure. Hey, what's going on, Extreme Kane? Welcome to the stream, man. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, you should accept, Brandon. You should accept that. Let's see. Mr. as well asks, what editing app do I use for my videos? I use this software called Shotcut. Yes, it is free. You can just download it for free online, and that's what I use for my that's what I use for my editing stuff. Let's see. I know I missed stuff. Hey, it's all good, Extreme Kane. Thank you for supporting the channel. Very much appreciated, as always. Thanks for being here. Yeah, hockey has the toughest athletes for sure. Do I like the trap? No, no, it's boring. I hate the trap, but there's ways to beat it, and if you know how to beat it, then you should beat it, and then you can, you can render the trap ineffective if you know how to beat it. Well, yeah, Vaughn. Obviously, there's no contact in golf. Anything that's not a contact sport is the safest sport, but I don't give a shit about safety. I didn't play contact sports to be safe. I played contact sports to beat the shit out of people. I played tight end and defensive end in football, and I'm not big at all, so that was kind of wild, honestly, because I'm not big at all. Golf needs body check. I don't think golf would fit with body checking. Just not even on the same level there. God, you guys are talking about sports that I don't pay any attention to now. Tennis? Like, alright, yeah, no. No tennis for me. How did I manage tight end? I mean, I caught a lot of passes, actually, but I don't know, dude. I was low. Like, I blocked well. I blocked well. I mean, I'm low to the... It was all technique, really. I mean, obviously, like, when I played football, I mean, I was trying to block kids way bigger than me. And as I got older, I wasn't as good as when I was younger. And I mean, I'm only 130 pounds, and I'm trying to block kids who weigh, you know, probably 50 pounds more than me. It doesn't go well. You can get as low as you want, but... A lot of cut blocking, too. A lot of cut blocking. Yeah, I mean, hockey's just way softer now than it used to be. I am not in favor of any softening of anything. You know, man, nut up in play. I took plenty of hits in my day. It's fine. Yeah, I played defensive end was so much fun. All right, so let me tell you about playing defensive end. I love defense way more than offense because defense was defensive end was so much fun. So basically, at least in the style that the defense that my teams played, the DN's job was if it was a run play, don't let anyone outside you. So your whole responsibility on the defensive end on the run plays was to just not let anyone get outside you. On pass plays, you got to rush pretty much unless someone comes across your face. So basically, a back out of the backfield would come across your face. If a back comes out, then you go with them and cover them. If not, you're free to rush. So basically, if I'm playing the left side here, I'll pretend I'm playing the left. This is backwards for you guys, but this is my my right side. I'm playing the left side. So my right shoulder. Basically, what I would do is I would line up just on the outside of whoever was furthest outside on the line. I'd come in, I'd jam them with this hand, basically leave this arm free in case it was a run play and anything coming to the outside, I can just grab them. Easy tackle. Try and keep them cut to the inside, then the linebacker fills the hole and nails it. Easy. Or if I needed to, if a back came out of the backfield and it was a pass play, you shove this guy off of you with your right hand and you go with the guy off to the left. I mean, D-end was so simple. It was so fun. There wasn't a lot of thinking about it. And honestly, I was like good at it. I was good at playing defense. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, football, defense, I like defense a lot better than offense for sure. Brandon simmed to the end of the season, and he did not make the playoffs. He went 35, 40, and 7 with the Devils. Hall led the team with 77 points. But let's see. He did not make the playoffs. House tour? No, I'm not tonight. Maybe in the future, but not tonight. I'm definitely staying sitting down here. Yeah, Brandon, you got to do the off season. Yeah, Sal, I remember that, man. North Providence came in and we beat them it was like 52-0. It was like 50, I don't remember, I think the score was around there. It was like 52-0 that game. It was ridiculous. Yes, playing safety feels like it would have been a lot of fun. Yeah, I was always put at defensive end, and I enjoyed defensive end. It was a fun position to play. Yeah, I didn't play. I played center in hockey, and that was obviously awesome. I mean, hockey was always my favorite sport to play and watch. But hockey's always been my number one sport. But I like a lot of others, obviously, too. But yeah, I played center in hockey, and that was fun. Yeah, the linesman throwing guys out of the face-offs is really annoying. They need to just drop the puck. It's really annoying. The linesmen think the show is about them, but it's not. The Sharks won the cup. You know it's a video game when the Sharks won the cup, because that never happens. Do I ever use OBS? Yeah, that's what I used for a long time with this channel, Leafs Forever, was OBS. Now I use Streamlabs OBS, which is basically the same thing, just slightly upgraded. But yeah, OBS is the go-to when it comes to streaming and recording and stuff, yeah. At least as far as free software is concerned. I am not a tennis fan, Vaughn, no. I do not like tennis. Oh, you only got the 9th overall pick, Brandon. I feel like you should have gotten better than that. TTC, Jesus Christ, man. All right, now this stream is finally taking a turn. Enough hockey. We're taking a turn here. TTC, that is ridiculous. That would never happen. Amanda would not do that, but that would be ridiculous. Do I like... No, I absolutely hate Matt Cook. Matt Cook is probably my most hated player of all time. Absolutely hate Matt Cook. I absolutely hate Matt Cook. If I ever saw him, I would tell that to his face. I cannot stand that guy. Ended Mark Savard's career with a very dirty hit. Blindside elbow to the head. No reason for it. I just can't I can't stand Matt Cook. Yeah, and honestly, TTC broke the ice and made this kind of funny here. Oh my God, why are we we're still going on? Matt Cook or Tiger Williams? I like Tiger Williams a hell of a lot better than Matt Cook. The only Tiger Williams, I obviously wasn't alive when Tiger Williams was actually playing in the NHL. I've seen plenty of old highlights. Dude was an animal, and I love it. So I love Tiger Williams. He was awesome. Matt Cook, I can't stand. I hated Max Lapierre. Hated Max Lapierre, Vaughn. Absolutely hated him. He was in Montreal for a long time. Then obviously he played in Vancouver. Could not stand Max Lapierre. He was a total pussy. Lapierre was a total pussy. All right, there you go, Brandon. Hopefully that works out. Starting at 63 overall is pretty good. Hopefully they're up to like 70-ish overall by next season, and then hopefully that prospect works out for you, Brandon. Yeah, Hunwick finished Savard off with that. Hunwick's hit wasn't dirty though. That was just a normal hockey hit. It was just Savard was so susceptible to hits at that point because of the Cook hit that when he got hit by Hunwick, that was it. But that Hunwick hit wasn't dirty at all. That was just a regular hockey hit. Whoa, damn TTC. I've never done that. That seems funny. Yeah, I miss Don Cherry too. He was awesome. Oh, of course I remember Andy Hilbert. Yup, Andy Hilbert. I remember him. He was in the Bruins organization for a while. A long time ago now. And then he went to the Islanders, I believe. Yeah, I do. I remember him for sure. I remember watching him in Providence when I was like a little kid. He was in Providence. I hated Ulf Samuelsson. He ruined Cam Neely's career. Hated Ulf Samuelsson. Yeah, that was funny. Mrazek took such a dive on that. Joe Thornton gives Peter Mrazek this little, like, shove, and Mrazek dives backwards like he just got shot. That was hilarious. Typical goalie diving, too. No, that was wicked funny. Larry Robinson was the best D-man ever for straight D. Yeah, I mean, as far as, like, defensive hockey, it doesn't really get any better than Larry Robinson. He was incredible. Oh, yeah, Savard would have been good for a long time. You know, at least 4 or 5 more years. He would have been... I mean, he was really, like, right in the prime of his career when Cook hit him. He would have been good for a long time, for sure. Yeah, Vaughn, I'm ready for some midweek races. I'm ready for races anytime NASCAR will give me some races. So it looks like about 17 more days. I mean, we have a date on it now, May 17th. I cannot wait. But yeah, I'm ready for any sport to come back, Vaughn. Bro, I think everything's wrong with the Montreal Canadiens at this point. They're stuck right in the middle. Yeah, he did play a lot in Providence, Danny. I remember watching him when I was a little kid down there. Wow, Kenneth's uncle played Little League with Rick DiPietro. There you go. I mean, that's cool. That's really cool, actually. Domi ended. I guess he didn't end Samuelson, but Domi rocked Samuelson for sure. I mean, it was dirty as hell, a complete sucker job, but he destroyed him. Oh boy, TTC. Transportation Land says in Canada at the strip club there's no $1 bills. Oh boy. Classic. And then TTC. Oh Jesus. Good thing Amanda's not here. God. Good thing Amanda's not watching this right now. Yeah, no, I mean, Mrazek was kind of asking for it, honestly. Hey, Panther's here. What's going on, Panther? Welcome to the stream, man. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Nice to have you back on the channel for a night. That's awesome. Yep, Domi one-punching Kessler was awesome to watch. That was hilarious. Yeah, I like Matt Kenseth. Vaughn, very good driver. Long time driver. Very good. Yeah, Danny, you should look up the Rick DiPietro contract. I'm pretty sure the Islanders are still paying him. Amanda's not watching right now, Vaughn. She's at home, I would assume, like everybody else, but I'm pretty sure she's not watching this right now. Yeah, I don't think so, Kenneth. I don't think so. Yeah, Moore got jumped. That's the difference. I am all about guys squaring up and fighting, but I don't like when you pull dirty shit like that. Like Bertuzzi nailing Moore in the back of the head from behind and then jumping on him like that. That I mean, that's as dirty as it gets. That's probably that's certainly one of the worst things that's ever happened on NHL ice. That was a straight jumping. That's dirty as hell. I'm all about guys squaring up and throwing down and dropping the gloves. But that's when two guys man up and fight each other. The dirty shit from like coming up behind someone and pounding their head into the ice. Bertuzzi deserved to get absolutely blasted for doing that. Yeah, I remember that when Petrie threw his stick. Yep. Penalty shots are fun for sure. Jesus, Vaughn. That's hilarious. Hey, there you go, Panther. That sounds awesome, man. That sounds awesome. Hey, Chris is here. What's going on, Chris? Welcome to the stream, man. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Definitely think playoffs are going to happen. Sports are starting to come back. The NASCAR is coming back May 17th. Golf is coming back at the beginning of June. NHL has said that they're likely to open facilities towards the end of May, or in the mid to end of May. And then obviously they'll have to have training camps and stuff to get players back on their feet in June. And then by July, I think we'll have NHL back. MLB, I think, is going to be back pretty soon at this point, probably at some point in June. Yeah, I think we're going to get playoffs this year for sure, over the summer, July and August. Vaughn, Jesus, man. Yeah, Danny, that DiPietro contract is disgusting, man. Dude, TTC, is she really? If she was posting that on TikTok, I'd be going there right now. I'd be going to her page right now. Shit, I don't want to get copyrighted. Wow, they're paying him till 2028, 29. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, yeah, summer. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with having hockey in the summer. I mean, having hockey back at all, no matter how they do it, I'm perfectly fine with. I think it's going to be fantastic. Dude, I'll get to stream games in July and August. I mean, that'll be sick. Normally that's like a dead time for this channel. I'll actually get to stream games in July and August. Alright, man. Sounds good. Sounds good, Panther, for sure. Sal wants the hot dog eating contest on the 4th of July. Where's that, is that in New York? I feel like New York's one of these douchebag states that doesn't want to... Like, they're trying to remain closed as long as possible. Like, they're annoying the shit out of me. It's like people want this to last longer than it actually should. That's pissing me off. But they should just move it to somewhere else if New York doesn't want to have it. That'd be hilarious, though. Yeah, Nicholas Cronwall was an incredible hitter. Incredible hitter, Jack, for sure. He lined guys up. And I mean, listen, you learn when you're like 8 years old to keep your head up. And there's still guys in the NHL who don't keep their head up. If you don't have your head up, you're asking to get destroyed. Well, yeah, anytime you get a top draft pick, Jack, you got to be bad. That's how it works. That's why the bad teams get the higher draft picks so they can get better. So yeah, if you're going to get a top 5 draft pick, you have to be bad. That's the way it is. Unless you trade for it or somehow, which is possible. But yeah, for the most part, if you have a top 5 draft pick, it's because you were really bad the season before. New York's cases are like down here now. They've almost completely I don't want to say completely eradicated it because it's not going to just go away. I mean, it's never going to be completely gone, but New York's cases are way down the last week or so. Yeah, they might do divisional playoffs. Absolutely, Jack. That's a possibility. We'll have to wait and see. We need a definitive plan from the NHL, which we don't have yet. Yeah, I mean, just move it to the Adirondacks, where I mean it's a nothing population to begin with. Well, there's one beer down. So I finished with that Pink Whitney tonight. I finished all the Pink Whitney in my house. I just finished that beer too. I have another 30 rack in the basement, so I'm good on beer. Might need to go out and get some Pink Whitney, but I got one more beer for the rest of tonight. I'm not going to crack it yet because then I'll finish it way too early. I know I'm missing stuff, guys. I know I'm missing some of the chats. It's going too fast. My apologies. I'm trying to keep up the best I can. But I do appreciate you all being here. This has been a lot of fun. Remember to hit that like button if you haven't already. Those thumbs up help a lot. And subscribe to the channel if you are new. Would love to get some new people added to the off-the-wall hockey community here. But yeah, this has been a fun stream so far. We've been going for a little over an hour now. I'll probably go a couple hours tonight as long as you guys, are still here. That'll be a lot of fun. So let me try and catch back up a little bit. Butcher wants 5 years, 4.455. See if you can drop that salary a little bit, Brandon. Try and drop that salary a little bit and then do it. Bruins should have won the cup in 2014, but they ran into Montreal. Yeah, that was a President's Trophy curse. That was the year the Bruins won the President's Trophy, and those teams just never do well in the playoffs. And that was another one where they were the best team in the regular season, but they lost pretty early on in the playoffs. Hey, Rob's here. What's going on, Rob? Welcome to the stream, man. Thank you so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, I saw your vids, Eddie. They're good, man. Keep going. That's awesome. I definitely enjoyed those for sure. Shooting some pucks. Let's see. Tomas Hertl is coming back. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the players that were injured at the point where the NHL season was suspended are going to be able to, they're healthy now come summertime, and they're going to be able to come back and play. Sutton, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much. Your profile picture looks good. I like that logo. And there are 3 cats in your house. That's cool, man. That's awesome. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Pink Whitney is not... No, Eddie. Pink Whitney is vodka. I don't believe you, Transportation Land. Yeah, Louis Erickson did not work out too well for Boston or Vancouver, Jack. Why did the Pats draft tight ends back-to-back? Because they needed tight ends. They didn't have any. They needed tight ends. All right, 4.3 mil. That's pretty good, Brandon. That is pretty good. Do I get mad at players who get stupid penalties? Sometimes. I mean, it depends on the penalty for sure, but sometimes, yeah. Yeah, Ace, I agree. I'm so over lockdown. I mean, I've been out a lot, so I'm not even really staying that locked down. But this whole thing is, I'm so over this. I am ready to go back to normal. I'd rather get the virus at this point. I don't care. I'm ready to go back to normal. Yes, Sutton. My favorite player is Patrice Bergeron, Sutton. Oh, I love spitting chiclets, Jack. It's awesome. It's awesome. Ooh, that seems kind of high for Carrick, Brandon. I try and get him down to 2 million. That seems kind of high for Carrick. Oh, yeah, Paul. I love Biz. Paul Bissonnette is just a really funny, awesome guy. Love Biz, absolutely. Would Marchand and Sean Avery be friends? I don't know. I feel like they'd either be like best friends or they'd absolutely hate each other. I'm not sure. Yeah, Bergeron's my favorite player just because he's been a career Marchand's been a career Bruin too, but Bergeron's been around for so long and everything he's done for this team. It's hard to say. They're both like agitators, Transportation Land. They're both agitators. That's what they do. They're very good at it. I mean, Marchand's a better player points-wise than Kadri, but they're both, Marchand is completely a rat. As a Bruins fan, I'll tell you he's a rat, but when he's on your team, you absolutely love him. Absolutely love him. Which NASCAR driver should go back to the Xfinity Series? Daniel Suarez, Vaughn. Daniel Suarez has not been good since moving up to the Cup Series. He should go back to the Xfinity Series. Do I think Pasta will stay with Boston for his career? I mean, he's got like 5 years left on his contract. I mean, he's going to he's going to at least be on the Bruins. I mean, he's gonna be on the Bruins for at least the foreseeable future. Beyond that, I really don't know. Do you think he'll be a captain? I don't think he's ever going to be the captain, but again, I don't really know. We'll have to wait and see. I think it's more likely that maybe McAvoy becomes the captain, like far out in the future. The next captain's Patrice Bergeron. There's no doubt about that. When Chara retires, Patrice Bergeron is the next captain. Beyond that, I don't think we really know yet. Avery's wild for sure. Kenneth's profile pic is sad. Jack yelled at Marchand when he speared Jake Dotchin. I remember that. That was kind of funny. He speared him right in the nuts. I do not want to be sending Pasternak anywhere, Chris. He is legit. He is so good. I want him on the Bruins for a long, long time. No, that is way too much for Nason, Brandon. Stefan Nason doesn't even have a consistent NHL job. He's like a borderline AHL, NHL guy. That's way too much for him. Oh, interesting question here. Interesting question here from Transportation Land. See, I like this. Let's, I mean, if you want to get away from hockey for a little bit, that would be good. We can talk about some other stuff. I've been answering, I mean, the first hour of this has been pretty much all hockey. If you guys want to talk about some other stuff, I'm down. If you had to remove one of your senses, what would it be? Let's see. Touch, taste, smell, sight, hearing. 5 senses. Probably taste. Probably taste. I would say taste. Transportation Land. Because, I mean, obviously food tastes good, but you don't really, need that. I would never, ever want to lose my sight. My hearing's pretty shit to begin with, but at least I can hear. Hearing is good. Touch, you definitely need. You want to be able to touch and feel things. What am I missing? Smell? Smell doesn't really matter either. Taste and smell really don't matter. Actually, no, I take that back. Smell, 100%. I really wouldn't care that much if I couldn't smell anything. Yeah, it would be smell for me. Yeah, I'm changing my. I would change my answer there to smell for sure. I would definitely get rid of smell. Don't really care if I can smell things or not. Taste is slightly more important, but then hearing, sight, and touch are the 3 most important in my opinion. Yeah, I do that for Mirko Mueller, definitely. 1.35, that's not bad for him. Yeah, I do that. Yeah, Jack, you're right. Because the Leafs don't have physical players, so they don't know how to be physical. And then when they try to be, they get thrown out because they don't know what they're doing. What else did I miss? Yeah, Ryan Newman's coming back. He's going to be ready to go when the NASCAR season resumes. That is awesome to see. I thought he was dead after that Daytona crash. And to have him back is going to be awesome. Let's see. The Bills are exercising Trey White's 5th-year option. Yeah, I mean, that's good. That's pretty good. Good for the Bills. Favorite racetrack? Talladega has always been my favorite track, Vaughn. Let's see. Yeah, I would definitely say smell for that. How do you think Malkin will be with... How long do I think Malkin will be with Pittsburgh? I mean, he's been there his whole career. When's his contract up? Does anyone know... does anyone know when Malkin's contract is up? Because Pittsburgh might still keep him beyond that. I don't know. I feel like Malkin is probably, if he's going to stay in the NHL, he's going to be with Pittsburgh, I think. I don't really see him going to another team. But again, I don't know that for sure. I'm no Elliot Friedman or Bob McKenzie. Yeah, Brandon, I would do that. For Zaka, yeah, I would do that. Yeah, dude, Vaughn, when I saw that crash, and I was watching that race live, when I saw that crash, I thought Ryan Newman was dead. Just the way that he got hit the second time, right on the driver's side, I thought, it doesn't matter how safe you make a car, if you get hit on the driver's side like that, I thought he was dead 100%. And the fact that he survived is incredible and just shows how safe the cars actually are. But yeah, the fact that he's going to be racing when NASCAR returns is just incredible. Yeah, I really hope that Pasternak stays with Boston. So he's signed through 2021-22, so that's another couple years. Yeah, I don't see Malkin playing anywhere other than Pittsburgh, unless he goes back to Russia, which again maybe, but we'll see. Yeah, Chris, I'd definitely rather lose the smell than the taste, for sure. Smell, I think, is the least important of the five senses. All right, Ace, thanks for being here, man. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Jack says Mike Ribeiro is a weasel. Yeah, I mean, you haven't heard anything about that guy recently. I don't know what has happened to him. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what's happened to Mike Ribeiro. Depends, Brandon. How many defensemen do you have? Do you have enough defensemen? Because then, yeah, I would release him. But if you don't have enough D-men to field a roster, then maybe you sign him to a one-year cheap deal. Yeah, I certainly think Boston is going to want to keep Pasternak around. So, yeah. I think he stays with the Bruins, hopefully. Zach Rinaldo and Derek Dorsett did lead the NHL in penalty minutes in 2011-2012. Yes, that was a trivia question. All right, Brandon's going to release him. That's fine. Yeah, I do remember that, Jack. I do. Kenneth says he gives the Pats draft an F. I definitely don't give it an F. They filled a lot of positions that they needed. And outside, the only quarterbacks I liked from this current draft was, Jesus Christ, why can't I think all of a sudden? Tua, who went to Miami, and Joe Burrow. Burrow and Tua were the only quarterbacks I liked from this draft. Everyone else I thought was overrated. So I'm glad the Patriots didn't take an overrated quarterback. And I actually thought they ended up okay. They got to, again, we'll see how it all turns out, but I thought they did all right. Yeah, Sal, for sure. That Jeff Bodine 2000 truck race crash was ridiculous. I've never seen a car disintegrate the way that truck did in that race. But the good thing for him is that the roll cage stayed intact. So while the car itself ripped apart, or the truck itself ripped apart, the roll cage stayed intact, which kept him relatively okay. Oh, wow, Chris. He's been coaching youth hockey. Wow, I did not know that, but yeah. I was watching that live, Kenneth, when Dale Sr. died. Or no, the huge crash. I thought you were talking about Daytona, Carolina. No, I don't remember that. I remember his Daytona crash like it was yesterday because I was watching that as it happened. Yeah, I thought the Patriots draft was pretty good, Danny. I'm with you. I'm glad they didn't take a quarterback. The quarterback, Jake Fromm sucks. Jake Fromm's terrible. He was awful in college. Never mind. I mean, he was massively overrated in college. Never mind in the NFL. I thought the quarterbacks this year sucked for the most part. Other than Tua, who you have the injury issues with. But Burrow, I mean, I think is awesome. I love Joe Burrow. Tua is going to, I think if he stays healthy, is going to be good. Very Russell Wilson-like. Outside of that, I thought all the quarterbacks were overrated. All the quarterbacks were overrated. Herbert sucks. Very overrated. Jordan Love throws a ton of picks. Yeah, I was not about the quarterbacks this year in the draft. Jake Fromm wasn't even really that good at Georgia. I don't know. I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's ever going to be a starter in the NFL, that's for sure. I don't think he was ever going to be a starter in the NFL. Release Agostino, Brandon. You can do better in free agency. I love Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is probably my favorite college football player in recent memory. I love Joe Burrow. Sutton's from Georgia. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, no, Jake Fromm I thought was very overrated at Georgia. I'm not a football expert. I mean, I watch football quite a bit, but I guess I'm not an expert. I don't know. We'll see how it all turns out. You really don't know how anything is going to turn out until it happens. So we'll have to wait and see, I guess. I don't think Jake Fromm is ever going to be an NFL starter, though. I just don't. Oh, really, Jack? Damn, I didn't know that. I mean, I don't know anything about like who the gymnastics coach is or anything, so that's cool though that he coached there at why the hell can't I talk? LSU. Hey, no problem, Leafs Forever. Thank you so much for all your support and watching. Really appreciate it as always. Awesome to have you here. It is what it is. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Sutton. It is what it is. Yeah, definitely do that, Brandon. 1 year minimum contract, $750,000. Yeah, do that one, Brandon, for sure. Kenneth is a Clemson fan, so his favorite player is Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, no, I don't like Justin Herbert. He's way overrated. Way overrated. He played against no defenses. I mean, Pac-12 is not a good conference. No defense whatsoever. He's gonna get. I do not think he's good. I do not think Justin Herbert is good at all. Sutton wants me to say no like Squidward. All right, ready? I'm gonna do it. No. Oh, I feel like that was pretty bad. I think I can do it better than that. Alright, I'm going to try it again. Do it better. No. Alright, that sounded exactly the same. I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, I mean, 5th round draft picks or whatever, Rob, but I don't think Fromm's ever going to be a starter in the NFL. Yeah, Connor, most states aren't... well, I don't know where you are. In the U.S., most states aren't going back to school this year. They're they'll go back in the fall, but they're not going to go back for 1 month this year. I mean, my state in Massachusetts has already canceled the rest of the current school year, and they're going to go back in September when they normally would, but... Yeah, Sal, I do remember that, man. Arena football used to, like, when that first came out was, like, kind of a big thing. But yeah, that was a long time ago now, for sure, Sal. We were little kids then. Definitely not now. Beer time. More beer. Wow, it's almost 9:30. Jesus. Yeah, I would do that, Brandon. It opens up some roster spots. Am I quarantining? I mean, I haven't been in, like, public areas, really. I've still been like out. I go on bike rides all the time. I've been fishing a lot. Like, I'm not just sitting in my house. Hell no. I'd rather get the virus than just sit in my house all the time. But I haven't been like around many people or anything like that. So have I been like isolating? Absolutely not, and I never will. I'd rather get the virus, but I haven't like been out in like public areas. I'm not like going out trying to get it or anything like that. Like, I've just been out I live in a small town anyway, so there's not a lot of cases here, and there's like, you can still go outside and stuff. So I've been outside as much as I can just to try and have some sort of normalcy, but I haven't been like out to like a lot of stores or anything like that. No. Yeah, Jack, 100%. Dale Hunter's hit on Turgeon was absolutely a cheap shot. Well after the whistle. Cheers, Chris. Absolutely, man. Man, I'm almost done with my second beer. I'm almost out. Whatever. Yeah, Sutton said it is what it is. Yes. Do I have a Bruins jersey? I do not have a Bruins jersey. The only jersey I currently have is that Cale Makar jersey that you guys all have seen, because I did the video on it. That's the only hockey jersey I have right now. Until I get more money and I'm able to afford another jersey, that's going to be the only jersey I have. Yeah, Sal, absolutely, man. But that college baseball game was so fun, and we used to make our own ballparks and stadiums. Yeah. And then we'd play there. That was a lot of fun, man, for sure. That's a great game. What was that, 2006 or something like that? That's a great game, especially for the time. So, we're approaching an hour and a half here, guys. I was planning on about 2 hours. I mean, obviously, if everyone left, I'd end it earlier than that. But I'm thinking probably about 2 hours for this stream, so till about 10 o'clock. If you guys are good with that. Son, it's not a jersey. It's like it's a sweatshirt basically, but it looks like a jersey, but it's not actually a jersey. I could go get it. Oh, 2007. That makes sense. Hey, Jack. Yeah, thank you, man, for watching. Appreciate it. Same to you. All the best, man. Stay safe. Hopefully everyone avoids the COVID. And, yeah, awesome to have you here as always, man. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Yeah, it was 2007. Okay, got it. That makes sense, Sal. I knew I was close on the year. Yeah, it's not a jersey. It's a sweatshirt that kind of looks like a jersey, but it has a hood. I could go and get it, but I really don't want to get up right now. I'm just going to stay here. But, yeah, it's close to a jersey, but not quite. Bring up Blackwood. Bring up Blackwood, Brandon. Mackenzie Blackwood is going to be a very good NHL goalie. I know New Jersey's not good right now. Mackenzie Blackwood is going to be a very good NHL goalie. I like a lot what I've seen from him. Oh, wow. Kenneth's got a whole list of colleges here. Top 10. BC, Clemson, Texas A&M, Michigan, Oklahoma, Georgia, Auburn, Florida State, USC, and Penn State. Wow. I definitely don't have a list like that, Kenneth. Me with college, I just kind of chill and watch college sports. I don't have like a team or like teams that I'm always rooting for over. You know, there are certainly some that maybe I don't like as much, but when I watch college sports, it's with the exception of hockey. College hockey I'm very into. Huge PC fan. Providence College all the way. But when it comes to football and basketball and stuff like that, I'm very I just chill out and watch, and it doesn't. I'll pick a team, but I don't have like a list of like who I'm a huge fan of and who I'm not. Wow, wow, screw him then, Brandon. Screw him. Let him go. See you later, bud. He rejected your contract. Screw him. Yeah, yeah, it was Sal. Awesome, yeah. The farm field with the right field was mad small. Oh, God. Wow, these guys are rejecting all your contracts, Brandon. Jesus. That's not good. Oh, yeah, E.C. Matthews at URI was awesome. He was so good. Do I root for UMass in football? I mean, yeah, obviously, because I want my local schools to do good. But, God, UMass's football team is a joke. They are so bad. Absolutely terrible. So bad. Yeah, Brandon, just fill those spots in free agency. Screw those guys. I don't know why they're rejecting your contracts. They're not even that good. Ooh, he's up to 84 overall. Wow, that is better than I thought. All right, yeah, that does sound good. Brandon, I would go with that if I were you. That does sound good. 84 overall defenseman for under $5 million a year. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely go with that for sure. I didn't realize he was 84 overall. If he's that high overall, anything under 5 is a good contract. Absolutely. Sal, UConn football. Oh my God. UConn football is an absolute joke as well. God, they've been horrible over the past few years. Absolutely horrible. They used to be, like, pretty decent, too. That's the thing. Like, UMass has never been good at football, so, like, that's not surprising. But UConn used to be pretty decent. Now they're just absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. All right, guys. The last half hour or so here. Who's got non-sports related stuff? Anything non-sports related? Drop it in the chat. I want to talk about non-sports stuff for a little bit here. So drop it in the chat. Any questions? Anything you want to talk about that's not sports related, not COVID-19 related? Because I've had enough of that. Anything else like that? Drop it in the chat, and I'm all in on it, guys. All in on it. Yeah, dude, Sal, they used to be good, and now they're just an absolute joke. Damn. Gone. So, I finished my Pink Whitney. I've drank 2 beers. I'm feeling pretty nice. We got another, 25 minutes or so of this stream. Let's go. Let's finish it, boys. Boys and girls. I'm sure there might be some girls here watching as well. Yeah, finally. Finally, Sal, some good weather around here. Where Sal and I live, the weather's been absolute dog shit recently. But yeah, it's finally going to warm up. We're looking at consistent temperatures in the 60s and even pushing 70 degrees this weekend. So that is very, very good, Sal, 100%. No politics, Vaughn. No politics. Nothing like that. I just want, like, I don't know, stories or school or something. Like, not like politics and shit. Oh, 100%, Sal, 100%. I rode by your house yesterday because I rode my bike to the high school because they were doing that. They were handing the signs out for all the seniors in high school who obviously have had their senior year completely ruined. So they were handing out signs to the seniors. Congratulations, class of 2020. Joe was there, so I rode my bike to the high school yesterday. And I drove by your house on the way home. I couldn't stop. I saw your mom. I couldn't stop, though, because I had a Skype call scheduled for not long after, so I needed to get home. But, yeah, the bike rides around town have been a lot of fun for sure. I've seen Zach Smoose a bunch of times already working. He's been working up at the cemetery where he does all the grass and all the landscaping up there. So I've seen Zach quite a couple of times. And, yeah, the bike rides around town have been awesome, man. Yeah, there was that one really warm day in January, and then it's been cold as fuck ever since. It's been cold as fuck since. But we're finally, now that it's turning to May, we're finally starting to get some consistent warm weather for sure. Hey, there you go, Connor. I mean, yeah. I'm all about warming up. I like the cold in the winter because I like playing pond hockey. It never got cold enough this winter for pond hockey, which sucks. But yeah, I'm ready for it to start to warm up now and at least be like really nice out to go outside, which it looks like the next few days are going to be that after we get through the rain tomorrow. Ooh, yeah, I'd give him that, Brandon. 3 years at under $4 million for an 85 overall. I'd give him that, Brandon. Absolutely. Yup, the classic shingles on the ground, Sal. Yup, absolutely. Jack, if you're gonna spam, dude, then I'm just gonna time you out. I don't want to have to do that, but. If you're going to spam, I'm going to time you out. It specifically says in the description, in the rules, that you're not allowed to spam. Like, do I like Michael Callahan? I don't really listen to Callahan. I don't listen to a lot of sports radio that much. Oof, you removed your front door? Ooh. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been over since that first bike ride, which was probably at like the beginning of April now. It's been a few weeks since then. Yeah, I haven't been over since then, but damn, nice cracked glass. You had to remove it. That sucks. Jesus. Well, hopefully it all works out, man, and you can get a new one up and everything like that. That's rough. Ooh, Jake Gardner at a 6-year deal worth $4.45. Do you need a defenseman, Brandon? Like, are you short on D-men? Do you need an NHL defenseman? If you need... Do you need a if you need a defenseman, then yeah, I would probably under $5 million. That seems long though. I don't know if I'd give Gardner 6 years. That seems long. Oh, the kid from PC, because there's also a radio host in Boston named Michael Callahan. I thought that's who you were talking about. You're talking about the defenseman from PC. Yeah, no, he's pretty good. He is a pretty good defenseman. I do like Callahan. I think he's going to need a little bit more development in the AHL before he ever gets a crack at the NHL roster. But I do like Michael Callahan. Yeah, he's pretty good. I thought you were talking about the radio host. But yeah, no, the kid from PC. He was PC's best defenseman this year without a doubt. So, yeah, I like the kid a lot. Yeah, I would not give Gardner 6 years, Brandon. If you can get if you can give him a shorter term contract, then I would go for it. Yeah. Yeah, Vaughn, Bristol's a really fun track. Yeah, Bristol's a lot of fun. For me, I like the super speedways the best, the big tracks. I like Talladega and Daytona are my two favorite tracks because I love pack racing. I love the big wrecks. I love that, everybody's like an inch apart for the entire race and they're 3 wide and all of that stuff. So Daytona and Talladega are my favorite tracks. But I also love the short tracks because short track racing is a lot of fun as well. So yeah, 100%, dude. I like Bristol. I like Richmond. I like Martinsville. The short tracks are a lot of fun too. Brandon, yeah, 3 years. I would do that, Brandon. Absolutely, 3 years for 4.625. I would definitely do that, Brandon. Absolutely. 3-year deal is much better than a 6-year deal for Gardner. The spring race at Bristol, yup. Always funny, Sal. Yeah, for sure, man. Oof. Oof. Yeah. No, I don't watch a ton of IndyCar at all. I don't, I obviously follow NASCAR pretty closely. I don't follow a lot of IndyCar, but last year's Indy 500 was an awesome race. Absolutely awesome race. So much fun to watch. Obviously, it's the biggest IndyCar race of the year. So much fun. Absolutely. Absolutely. Great race, came right down to the end, was awesome. Hey, Jason, what's up? Thank you for dropping by and dropping that like. Very, very much appreciated. Thank you so much, man. Great to have you here, as always. Let's see. Gardner rejected. He went to the Islanders, but Riddick signed. That's good. I mean, that's good, Brandon. That's nice that you got Riddick. That's a solid goaltender. And then, Gardner's not that good. Do I like Sonoma Raceway? Yeah, Sonoma's a pretty fun track. Road courses are always very different than the regular ovals. But, yeah, Sonoma's pretty fun for sure. Yep, absolutely, Sal. I was watching that. I watched every lap of that race. Truex and Kyle Busch were dominating the race, but they ended up crashing each other about midway through, and Casey Kane ended up winning, and that was Casey Kane's last career win. That was his last career win in NASCAR before he retired. And that was an awesome race. That whole race was a total wreck fest, but it was a lot of fun to watch. There were some big time crashes there, and Kane walked away with the Brickyard 400 win. That was a great race for sure. Cricket is like weird baseball. Yeah, I've never watched cricket, TTC. It definitely does. It definitely does seem like a very weird version of baseball, to say the least. Yep, Justin Haley won the rain-shortened Daytona Summer Race. Absolutely, 100% remember that. Ooh, that's a lot to give. The Islanders gave a lot to Jake Gardner there, Brandon. I'm glad you didn't take that contract. That's not going to be good long term. You were smart for not taking that contract. Least favorite racetrack? Ooh, that's a good question. I'm trying to think of like the most boring track. Yeah, Kentucky's pretty bad. Kentucky is pretty bad. Yeah, I would have to agree with Sal on that. Kentucky is pretty bad. Chicagoland's actually had a couple of like decent finishes, so the races overall have been okay. Kentucky's pretty bad. I'm not a fan of that. You traded Schneider for a second. That's probably pretty good. Brandon. Yeah, I'm with THG. That's a terrible contract for the Islanders. Let's see. THG asked, besides a lack of physicality, what are the worst types of hockey games to watch as a fan? Blowouts. I would definitely say blowouts. I mean, not being physical, because like even if it's a blowout game, if you get a brawl at the end, or if it's a very physical game, then it's still obviously very entertaining to watch. So lack of physicality is the number one thing that makes a hockey game not fun to watch. But if you're excluding that, I would say blowouts are definitely the least fun to watch. Because if the game's over at the end of the first period or in the second period, it's like, what's the point? What's the point of even playing the rest of it? So, yeah, blowouts would definitely be my answer to that question. Hey, Kenneth, welcome back. Thanks for watching, man. Really appreciate it. Glad you could come back. Sal says he'd like to go to the Eldora. Yeah, dude, Eldora would be awesome, man, for sure. That'd be a sick race, 100%. I'd love to see that, 100%. Nason re-signed. All right, there you go, Brandon. Good depth player there. Probably a fourth-line guy. Yeah, Unless it's obviously rivalry games are always good, right? Rivalry games are always good. But yeah, for the most part, blowouts aren't good. I mean, when Boston beat Montreal 8-1, obviously that was really awesome from my perspective, being a Bruins fan. But if I'm just watching like two neutral teams that I don't have strong feelings towards or against, blowout games are not fun to watch. All right, that's not too bad, Brandon. I would take that, especially on a 1-year deal. That's not bad at all. Hey, welcome back, Firestrike. Appreciate you coming back. As always, man, it's awesome to have you here. Yeah, Vaughn, I agree. Kentucky's not good. It's a boring track. Yup, they sure were. Sal. Those 6-shooters presented by O'Reilly's Auto Parts were quite slow for sure. Absolutely. Oh, all right, there you go, Brandon. You traded Carrick for a second-round pick. That's pretty good. Brandon's rebuilding the Devils here. He's rebuilding the Devils. Remember, it's not about winning now. It's about putting that team together for the future. Yeah, Darlington's not bad. Absolutely zero, Firestrike. Absolutely zero. Wow, that's really cool. Wow, Oxford Raceway in Maine does a 100-lap enduro race that in the snow. That's actually really cool. That must be so fun to watch. Oof. Ouch, Eddie. That sounds like it doesn't feel too good. Squeezing it with needle nose pliers. Jesus. That does not sound fun. Sutton puts poop in a bag and lights it on fire. That's an absolute classic. That's an absolute classic. They do have, dude, Kenneth, they do have a track in Mass. Sal and I go to Seekonk Speedway all the time. They have one 15 minutes from my house as a racetrack in Mass. It's awesome. I'm there all the time during the summer. What? Firestrike? What? Oh boy. Eddie says the larva came out. Oh boy. Can only imagine what that means. Yep. Action Track of the East. Sal and I are there all the time. All right, guys, so we're pushing towards 2 hours here, so I'm going to be ending the stream here pretty soon. If you got any last things that you want to say or talk about, throw it in the chat. Because I'll probably be on, just to answer those things up, and then I'm going to be ending the stream. I want to thank you all for being here very, very much. It's awesome to have you all a part of the channel, as always. Remember to please hit that like button if you haven't already. Those thumbs up go such a long way. And please subscribe to the channel if you are new. That helps out a lot, obviously, and we'd love to have you become part of the off-the-wall hockey community. Just a chill hangout stream tonight. We've just been talking the entire time, just hanging out, having a chat. Obviously, there's no hockey going on right now with everything going on in the world, but it's been a fun time, guys. Thank you guys so much. And if you got any last things you want to talk about, I'll probably stay on for another 5 minutes or so if you have things to talk about. If not, I'll end it soon. Let's see. How far is Seekonk from Danvers? Probably, I don't know, probably an hour-ish. I'm not sure exactly, Kenneth, but I would say probably an hour-ish from Danvers. Stevie Pickles and Hams. There we go, Sutton. Sal's going to head out. Well, see you, Sal. Thank you so much for watching. Very much appreciated, man. As always, great to have you here. And definitely check out Sal's channel if you're into basketball. Behind the Arc Basketball. He does college and NBA. Great channel there for sure. So check that one out. Vaughn says bye. All right, Vaughn. See you, man. If there's no last things, then I'm going to probably sign off here. Give you guys another couple of seconds here. What's my favorite Canadian team? Ooh, favorite Canadian team. That's a tough one. That's a really good question. It's probably between Winnipeg and Edmonton for me. It's probably I don't know if I can make a distinction right now. It's probably between Winnipeg and Edmonton for me as my favorite Canadian team. Obviously, the Bruins are rivals with the Canadian teams in the East, so it's not going to be any of them. I do like Vancouver now. I didn't like Vancouver when they were playing the Bruins in the finals. But I would say favorite overall is probably Edmonton or Winnipeg. Ooh, all right, Brandon, you're going to get a high draft pick again, so that's good. The rebuild is well underway with Brandon's New Jersey team. Say Scout, Willow, and Stevie. All right, Scout, Willow, and Stevie. There you go, Sutton. Probably not THG because I don't deal with prospects all that much. I kind of wait until they play well at the NHL level before I talk about them. So I don't do a lot of prospect stuff on this channel, but if he comes up to the NHL and plays at the NHL and plays well, then he'll probably get a video at some point. Yes. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out here. So thank you guys again so much for being here. This was a fun stream, an awesome stream. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Really appreciate it. Remember to hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I'm not sure exactly when the next stream will be, but I'll definitely be talking to you guys soon. So with that, guys, I'm gonna sign off. And yeah, thank you again so much, and I'll definitely be talking to you guys soon. Have a great night, and hopefully we get hockey back sooner rather than later. Peace out, guys. Awesome to have you.